tell us about the seed of that book, my friend. What was it that caused for you to say, I'm deciding to write a book? What was the why?
Okay. There were many things, but I think one of the first one was an incident that happened in the year 2000. We were invited to a temple in JB for one of the prayers. So when we went to the temple, there were a lot of stories about what Father has done to the community in JB that we were not aware of. All we knew was we were poor. But when we were there, it was like, oh, your father owned this land and he gave away this land to the school. Your father owned this land and he gave away this land to temple. And in my heart, hey, come on, we had no food on the table. He was giving away land. And stories after stories started coming out. He was a singer. He was a footballer. He had his own band. He was a diver. There were so many stories about him that he never shared. So, and we were getting those stories pieces by pieces. So in my heart, this shouldn't happen to my kids. I don't want my kids not to know my story. So I need to do a book with my story in it.
Yes.
The content of the book was different. I was invited to give a speech last year on what made you who you are. How did you change from the person that you were to the person that you are now? And it got me thinking. And the response from the meeting was very good. When I did the reflection, it was there. And there were 60 people there listening to it. And people started calling and, can you tell us more? We want to be inspired with the same journey. Then it hit me. This is the content of your book. It is a legacy for the children. That is one part. But more importantly, there are so many people waiting to listen to these stories. They just want some reinforcement into what they want to achieve in life. So how can you impact more people instead of just your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren? Right. So the content of the book was found. Then there were questions of who else actually molded the way I move, because Father had his limit to where he brought me. The next journey, where was it from? Then it hit on me that it started with a book that I read on Tun Dr. Mahathir when he became Prime Minister for the first time. That was one of the first inspiration.
Right.
And I said, okay, I want those kind of things. Then it was the Navy general that I had the pleasure of serving when I was in the Navy.
Yes.
Wonderful journeys, unbelievable journeys. We met up last year just to sit and talk about it because we couldn't record it. And a lot of things that I wrote, I had to verify with him because some of them were highly confidential. And of course, the person who inspired me to leave my job, my ex-boss, Tan Sri Quek.
Right.
I said, these are the people who really molded the way I think. And everything that I do is based on the lessons that I gained from them. So it is time to give back. And the moment I start giving, then I will appreciate their lessons even more and I can expound on it. So the content was found. The third thing was, okay, now you want to write a book, so you have a purpose of the book now. You know it's for your legacy. It is to inspire people. You know the content of the book. Make a decision, put a deadline. And I decided it would be 28 February 2019. So it was a commitment of 4 hours a day. From my first talk in January, I think that was about 12th January or so, I can't remember the exact date, to 28th February when I completed the book.
Wow.
Non-stop.